Welcome back, everyone. Probably a bit of a shorter one today, but we have the Nikke Medal Collection Volumes 1 and 2 here. Come with 10 different types of medallions in gold and I do believe silver, with a mystery one in each of the packs. Yeah. Not really much going on in the boxes, so we'll start with collection 1 and jump in. Now, I haven't opened any of them yet, but I have had to cut them all because that would take way too long otherwise to get through. So, as far as I'm aware, packets themselves, just got wrapping on the front there. And just a list of all the potential ones. It's funny because the name on the coins or the medals is in English, and for the most part, we'll get up to some one or two in a sec. Yet, obviously, they're from Japan, so it's all in Japanese. Alright, we will jump in. They're definitely they're bigger than I thought. Whoop. So, up first, we have one of the gold ones. Not too bad in terms of weight, although it seems the printing has run up the side, so. And they're very, I mean the logo's on the back, but they're very sort of that sort of fake fool's gold, I guess, looking thing. But we will, we'll see what they all look like. Now, I know, yep, so as far as I'm aware, you get both. The silver one, obviously. I think on the back, the silver one definitely looks a bit more impressive. We have a niece. However, the front of the coin definitely feels a bit washed out. Now, I do want to run an experiment, which I'll sort of do at the very end, which is, does it look better if they're polished for these ones? Because I hope I can get one of the gold ones. Nope, another silver. So we have a blacksmith. I want to show off the look of the gold ones. So we'll go 2 columns there. See how they all turn out. Oh, I'm pulling them all from the left side. I've got probably one of the laziest gold ones. We have neon. The printing I definitely hope is doing a lot, because the solids, because I obviously have to get her eye in there, it's sort of sticky. It's sort of, her face collapses into nothing after a little bit. Alright, so far, rupee. So far, I guess if you're getting one of these in the store, Gordon. So again, I guess that's one of them, one of the two. In English, she's been translated to Scarlet, but obviously direct translation for her is Gordon from her fairy tale, or the fairy tale where her name comes from. There we go. First comparison, which is the logo. How has the left side just got all the silvers? Pick up the right side for the first box. We got them. No, we got one upside down. That one. So for this one so far, I feel the straight silver is the better looking of the two. But for the characters, I don't know. None of them really sitting that impressively. We have Marianne. I'll be honest, the quality of the silvers is sort of lacking, if you will. Is there any, aside from that first one, is there any golds? There's the, what do you call it? The Unknown, the special edition. It's Rupee Rabbit Deluxe. Again, slightly washed out there. I will definitely polish one or two of these for the silvers to see if they come off alright, see what they look like, but yeah. The concern is that any potential slight texture just vanishes. And like the last for the left side, it's wrappy in silver. The entire left side has been silvers, except for the one logo. I can't even remember which one we're missing. Is it just normal? No, there's normal rupee. Rappy's got not too bad of detail. Again, the faces though, due to the looks, the face is sort of a very, very flat, without any definition. All right, on to the right side, which theoretically now is nothing but gold. There we go. So we have blacksmith on the golds. Now this one, a lot more impressive due to the colouring. Again, the back's got that slightly cheaper look, but you can see the template's the same, but the overall colouring really makes it pop. Let's start stacking these down. Now there should be one more silver somewhere. We will run into it when we get up to it. But we have Gooden or Scarlet. Where are we doing these around? So you can see just with the printing, it makes it look, gives it a lot more definition. So I'm not too sure why they went with the whole gold with the painting and the silver without, or the straight silver. Like I feel, Haran's missing one from the silver, so there's another Haran somewhere floating around. I feel at some point what they should have done is, just made it maybe black and white, and at least you still get the definition that you're looking for. Yep. And there's the gold. There's the gold mystery one. But yeah, you can see how much the gold pops in comparison to the silver. But yeah, no, I'm surprised they didn't do some sort of shadowing on them. Now, we do have, I don't know if they've changed it much for Volume 2. They might have. We will find out shortly. There's the rupee one. But yeah, the colouring actually gives it quite a bit of depth, which is nice. Oh, Anise just fell out there. What are you doing, Anise? Even to sort of, paint the background on the gold ones versus the silvers. No, I don't know. Decisions were made, and I'm not too sure why they made the decision. But certainly the coloured gold. That gold one was a letdown. I will be honest with that one. And I'm assuming, well, seeing as I've got 2 volumes so far, I'm assuming they will be printing more at some point in the future. Now we have gold neon here. Alright, so we got Marianne and Haran. So will it be the silver that we end on, or the gold that we end on? Lucky second last. We have the silver. So we had 1 silver in the right column and 1 gold in the left column, and everything else was the same. That was someone who was told, make sure they're a bit shuffled. The gold's all come off the production line. Marianne at the end there. All the gold's come off the supply line, and all the silver's off a different one, and they went, yep, making sure they're all lining up. So, yeah. Again, aside from, for the symbols, the solid silvers is better. For the actual characters, though, the printed gold ones outweigh it massively. Alright, let's put these off to the side, and we'll start on box 2. No, we'll do the same thing again. We'll go with the left side and see if it's the same thing. So far not. First we have the gold for Viper. I feel Viper's silver is going to be atrocious. I probably should show this off. So there is a bit of texture in the Not too much. I mean, obviously that stands out and the character above the background, but it's not too bad. I think it was in that way. Although I will say the one hard thing with collecting, especially coins, is sort of medallions, I guess. Coins and medallions. Finding a way of storing them properly. Cards are easy. Cards are very easy. No. Well, we already finished off Viper. See, that one's got a bit more... Viper's got a bit more texture in her face there. So I do wonder if it was just maybe a production thing, or since I have only purchased Volume 1 recently, and I think it's been out for maybe 2 years or so, if they've just been using the same mold. There we have Maxwell. If they've just been using the same mold, and so subsequently they're just worn down over time. Oh, I was also going to say, seeing as box 1 had the mystery one being Rupee, I'm going to say, theoretically, Bunny Soda. That is my theory for the mystery one in box 2. Will it be true? No idea. The problem is now, if it is, I look silly. Sorry, if it's not, I look silly. And if it is, I look like I cheated. Alright, now we have... that was the second one. So we had Gurren in set 1, and we have Talkative rather than Chatterbox in set 2. Well, I guess it's good that we'll try to match it. There we go. Set 1 has the medallion and following the rapture. We'll snap them at the end. But yeah, some way of storing them would be nice. My current thought would be getting some sort of frame with cutouts. Okay, maybe they're just going back and forth now. Some sort of frame with cutouts that they can just sort of sit in, insert. I mean, the back's not really anything not really that impressive to look at. But we have the gold Maxwell there. The other funny part is, because obviously they've sort of been running from the start. See, I say that. Like they're running from the start. That's why they got all the old characters and none of the new ones. But I mean, I guess Dorothy Nostalgia is. It is an alternate costume for Dorothy. So I have no idea how they're deciding these. Maybe a giant roulette wheel. Problem is 10 boxes. If they're doing every character, you're looking. Well, what are they up to? About 200 odd characters now. We have gold soda. Alright, so the left one so far in this box seems to be predominantly gold, with a handful of silvers thrown in. And the Pilgrim logo. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The logos aren't as impressive. In the gold. They're pretty good in the silver. Not so much in the gold, but the characters, opposite problem. I just realised, I think I got Dorothy without double checking. So, that's why it was such a random thing. The mystery ones are the alternate costumes, and the alternate costume that we got is Dorothy Nostalgia. That's what's happened there. Now, also the one downside with the painting is that if that paint scratches, because obviously it's just been essentially printed using a very fancy printer onto metal, that's going to come off immediately. Alright, so the left side, lucky last, is Rapunzel. There you go, Rapunzel, gold Rapunzel. I'll keep you with Dorothy there. Right, so of the 10, you get a logo. So far, there's only been 2. You get a logo, a rapture, and then 7 Nikkes, and then 1 alternate costume. They're going to have to get up to like set 30 or 40 before they've caught up. And usually by that point, it's died off entirely, and no one gets them anymore, so they've moved on to different things. So this set will probably never be finished, unfortunately. Also, my theory about Soda Bunny, incorrect. soda in silver. But this time around, yeah, what was it? Second one, yeah, so of the 10, 7 golds and 3 silvers. So this time around, a bit more balanced. We have silver Rapunzel there. The one thing, I mean, I understand the reason why they don't. I do sort of wish they had, especially for this sort of stuff. Oh, we got the plus. A bit more poses, but I guess it is hard to pump them out that much when you're when the whole gimmick is having essentially a very well detailed image for the visual novel. Then we have normal Dorothy. Oh, okay, so put normal Dorothy down there. So I guess in that regard, does it have all the pictures? So the characters that are in the set usually come, well, so far, come with the alters. Then we've got Silver Talkative there. Yeah. Oh, we have Alice. Jeez, we've only got, this is the 5th last one. Alice is our last character to get. Surprised we've got half of one of them without getting Alice. Although that being said, I guess same thing with Haran. See, just so much more impressive. I don't know if I want to polish that one because that's got like the brushed look to it. But I said I would do at least one. Maybe I'll do 2. We'll do 2. It'll be the Pilgrim one and one other one. We have Laplace. Alright, now it's down to Alice or Dorothy, who's our second last gold. We have Dorothy as our second last one. Very nice. And lucky last, we have Alice. I would be slightly disappointed if it wasn't Alice. I don't know if you can tell, they've slightly misprinted, so her eyes, I don't know if it's going to show up. Her eye indentations on the metal slightly don't line up, so it looks like she's a ghost of some sort. And you can see the text doesn't quite line up either. Typical. I was going to say it'd be a shame if we didn't get the character they're after, but they misaligned the text. Horrendous. Alright. I'm going to, I don't know, we'll polish the Pilgrim one, and I'll go Haran. I'm going to polish these 2 and see how they look, and whether or not I will end up polishing all of them, or if I've just ruined 2 silver ones. I will return shortly with my findings. Alright, so there's a lot of nooks and crannies to sort of get polishing compounds caught in, so slightly a bit better. Slightly different. You can sort of see though where you can hit the base, but it's harder to get inside, so it polishes part of it, but not all of it. So Haran is slightly more polished, but I don't know if it's exactly worth the effort to try and get it like a fraction more polished. Now potentially if you go down the lines of plating it entirely so it's got a full like silvery finish to it, maybe. But yeah, I think for the most part I will probably, I'll probably leave them be, honestly. I don't know if it's not really worth the effort currently, but certainly I'll try and figure out something for setting up the gold ones. Well, I get the sinking suspicion that the gold ones will go in, except for the emblems, which might be the silver ones. We'll figure it out. All the emblems won't go in at all. Overall, not too bad. Nice having something that's sort of a bit weighty, although at the same time, so they're about $10 each roughly, which in that case is probably not worth it. Unfortunately, when I start collecting things, I collect a lot of them, so See how that goes. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.